if you tried it, you understand. You understand the paradox in this. The paradox is something that seems to be a contradiction. Minister Lindell, it's something that seems to not make sense. And there are so many paradoxes in God. You know him. He tells us if we go low, he'll elevate us. It doesn't make sense. You're telling me the lower I get, the higher you'll take me. It really doesn't make sense. He tells me to love them that hate me. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Yeah, y'all really ought to say something right there. He tells you to love the Negro that you know is dogging you out. He tells you to do good to the one that is stabbing you in your back. So many contradictions. It doesn't make sense because the world tells me if I want to go there, I got to elevate myself. It tells me I got to rub some shoulders in order to get there. But God tells me if you humble yourself and don't worry about them calling your name, then I will put you in the presence of great men. Your gift will make room for you. I don't have to worry about when you call my name. All I got to do is when you call it, make sure you know I was there. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me here. I got to make sure that I let the Lord use me, because there is something about these paradoxes. This here is a paradox, Bishop. It doesn't make sense to me. As I read the text, I begin to understand more that if I'm going to live, God says I got to die. He causes me to understand that in order for me to live the way that he wants me to live, he tells me I got to die. There are some things that I got to be willing to go through if I'm going to get to the place where Jesus got to after he hung there on the cross. And many of you have not walked into the season that God wants you to walk into yet because you're not willing to die. We're so busy in a society that tells us to live in the moment that we don't realize before you can live, baby, you have to die. I don't know who I'm talking to, but God did send me here on Thanksgiving prophetically to tell you that if you're going to live the way God wants you to live, you can't live in this moment. You got to let yourself go to the cross. I know it doesn't feel good. I know you don't want it. I know that it hurts sometimes, but you got to understand what God is doing through you and in you. That he, like he